From shallow water reefs to the mysterious deep, OceanX is on a mission to explore the ocean and bring it back to the world. Here are some of the best moments exploring the deepest corners of our world's ocean.
Control nadir, waiting for sharks. Over.
Here we go. Oh, here we go, 6 scale. Oh, yeah, okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
You want some white light?
Yes, okay.
Whoa.
Hey.
Tell me about sharks.
What do you want to know about sharks?
Tell you about sharks. What do you want to know about sharks? I got interested in 6-gill sharks. Well, I've always been interested in 6-gill sharks.
6-gills are pretty cool.
We have teeth that are clearly from 6 gills that are in the fossil record about 180 million years ago.
It's a big, robust shark with a huge, wide head.
Their jaws open really wide.
That weak jaw actually allows all those teeth to bend across the surface of a whale or whatever it may be and carve out chunks of flesh.
And people don't know a whole lot about them. They live in complete darkness and you don't see them that much. Most people don't know they exist.
In order to be able to protect animals, to be able to understand them, to be able to manage resources, we have to know about them. We have to know what the daily life of these animals are.
We can get a huge amount of information from tagging sharks. And the beautiful thing about satellite tags is that they only require us to see that animal one time.
But in the past, to get our hands on them, to actually figure out what their normal behavior looks like, we have to capture them in the same way a commercial fishery would and cause that stressful event. And it takes them a while, like 24 to 48 hours to resume normal behavior.
10 years now I've been wanting to tag sharks from a submarine, tag them where they live, tag them in their own habitat.
A lot is resting on this, so as soon as I get a shot, I'm going to take it. Here we go. Oh, here we go, 6 scale. Oh, yeah, okay.
Let me turn on a light.
Yep. Okay.
Wow.
That's enormous. Look at the length of that thing. Okay, let's just measure it. He is wider than the sub.
Is long.
My God.
Is that a male or a female?
It's a female.
Control nadir. We have a very large female.
Roger Nadir, you have a 6-gill. Roger. What? So fucking exciting.
My goodness.
Where's my phone?
That's bigger than most white sharks. The head is 3 feet wide. That is an enormous animal. She's pushing the
whole
sub. She's bumping the sub.
Oh.
Look at the eye. Yeah, it's definitely a female. Look at that. It's huge. That's a lot more than 4 meters. Because the width of it was right here.
Should I disarm just in case?
Oh, here she is. Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, see, definitely a female. You can tell. Look at that tail. What a beast. Huge. It was like right here. Okay.
Yeah. Want me to turn it off?
Yeah, switch it off.
Oh, look.
Oh my goodness. What is it? That's a different one. Okay, arm.
You want some white light?
No, yes, white light now.
White light now?
Yep. Okay.
Oh, you fired one.
Yeah, I did.
It's in him.
Is it?
I can't see.
That's right.
Yeah, it's in him.
Okay.
Whoa! He's rolled. Oh my God! I don't know what you did, Gavin, but you got him.
Yeah.
Control nadir. Shot fired.
Roger Nadir, tag went into the alarm field.
Tagging the six-gill shark at depth for the first time will not only provide new data for our specific research, but it also opens up a new frontier on how scientists can study deep-sea animals in a less invasive way.
Safety is essential to what we do, and we make sure to run the gamut of emergency preparation drills such as the sub-rescue, which simulates emergency ops using the ROV as a rescue vehicle.
Hey, my name is Erica Bergman. I'm your friendly neighborhood submarine pilot, and today we're going to go on a dive to do some skills and drills as emergency practice. The ROV is coming down just above us. We are settled on the bottom at 463 meters while we wait for practice emergency rescue. The ROV is going to come above us. They're going to pretend to attach to our lift line and bring us up to the surface as if we couldn't get ourselves up.
Another shakedown drill, checked off the list.
Last week, myself working alongside Edie Widder caught the first ever footage of a giant squid in US waters, the second time this has been recorded worldwide. So Edie was the first person who ever got footage of a live giant squid in its natural habitat. Myself and Edie, we'd been deploying a deep sea camera called the Medusa out in the Gulf of Mexico. You've got to think that this is one of the largest animals on this planet, and we've only seen it live in the wild twice. So we don't really know much about their behavior or their habitats or how they eat, but from these little clips, we can start to piece some of that puzzle together. We've been reviewing around kind of 20 some hours of this footage at this point and hadn't actually seen too much on this deployment. Then all of a sudden, like out of the blue, a giant squid comes out. My mind is immediately blown. I jump up. Pretty sure I don't even say anything, I just gotta wave my hand. She can see in the look in my face that I've seen something big. She runs over, we start reviewing the footage, her eyes start to get wide, and then we actually get the whole crew round, because this is a monumentous moment. We hear a huge crack, we all run outside, we see a big plume of black smoke, and we realize that lightning has just struck the boat, and it's just struck our long-range radar antenna, which has exploded. We start wondering, like, what's this done to the laptop? We haven't backed up this footage at this point. So we run back inside. One of the laptops on the boat had actually been fried, but luckily, my laptop was still okay. So we kind of mop our brows and kind of try to collect ourselves for a second. And the captain actually comes down and warns us that we have a water spout forming out 50 meters off the side of the boat. So we see this kind of water tornado cruising down. We give it a wide berth. And then we went on with the day, all a little bit stressed, but all having the time of our lives.
So it was about week 2 in the expedition. The survey technician came and found me and she said, I think I found something. And it looked like this little tiny bump. But that bump was about 100 meters long and about 20, 30 meters tall. I think the mood on board was excited and a little bit nervous because everything that we were going to be doing in this region was going to be brand new to science. So we decided to send the ROV down, and there at around 850 meters, a massive shipwreck. I will never forget what happened next for as long as I live. All of a sudden, as we're looking at the bow of the shipwreck, this massive creature comes into view, takes a look at the ROV, and curls its entire body around the bow of the wreck.
And we weren't looking for it, we were looking for a wreck.
Now we don't know what species it was. There are several species of squid that are larger than human beings. We're still trying to determine what that is. We're consulting with experts. We're trying to understand how we could confirm the identity of this species. Hi Mike, how are you?
I am just fine.
Okay, so this is the organism I was referring to.
I think it's a species called the purple-back flying squid. And in the area that you're operating, there's a well-known population of those that get really big.
You know, every time that we went back with our subsea vehicles, the ROV and the subs, then visualized the wreck, it was there.
I was wondering that myself, that you were seeing it around the wreck so consistently. There's no actual record of members of that family aggregating on a structure like that. So if that's actually happening, that would be really interesting. You know, anytime you see weird deep sea squids or octopods, you know where I am.
The Northeast Canyons and Seamounts, it's known as the Serengeti of the Atlantic. It's a biodiversity hotspot. It's home to about 75 different species of deep-sea corals. It's truly extraordinary for the wildlife that it supports there.
These corals are not like shallow water reef corals you might think about. Deep sea corals don't rely on sunlight at all. Instead of being broad and flat like a reef you might find in the Caribbean, they stand more up like trees. And they put themselves out into the current. And because they stand out into the water, animals like to get on them. There's lots of other animals that also want those passive particles that they could feed on. There'll be brittle stars and crabs, shrimp, worms. These corals interact with other animal life in a really weird way. They allow certain animals to get on them and other animals to not get on them. There's communication at a tissue or cellular level that we don't understand yet. And when I think about medical procedures that require acceptance of tissue, I think about the corals. And products from the marine environment that help in medicines.